Hello, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel. I could not wait to make this video because do you know what has landed? Yes, it is my Cosmobeings Tarot by Joanna Nelson. I know it's really hard to see. Don't worry, we'll be doing the big reveal. Also, can we just talk about this and the bag that matches? Because guess where my new deck is going? Yes, you guessed it, right into that bag. We're gonna get into this. I can't. It's just I'm really excited about this because it's different enough. I'm pretty sure it's different enough from my beautiful Mons Tarot that it can work side by side with it and all the good stuff. Can we talk about this adorable packaging that Joanna included? Look at how delightful this is. How sweet was that? Okay. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay. We can do this. Now y'all know, because I've talked about it plenty, I'm not big on monochromatic decks, but this is Joanna Nelson's monochromatic deck. And it's not really monochromatic because there's also red, but it's black and white and red, and I'm really excited to get into it. Okay, so of course, we can't talk about this new beautiful deck by Joanna Nelson without talking about my one and only, my tried and true, my soul deck, the one that speaks my speak, the Mons Tarot. I have 3 versions of this deck. Is that it? Just 3? I also have Joanna Nelson's artwork and Mons Tarot artwork all around me right now. I have a print. I have 2 prints. I can see one foil, one regular. I have a foil card in front of me. Like, I'm a big fan. Peggy even, back when she was doing some embroidery, she even specially embroidered me this very special Mons Tarot bag. That is a treasure that I keep my 2nd edition in. This is my 2nd edition, which I pulled because I want to show you guys that these decks are the same format, the same size. I'm pretty sure it's the same setup. It looks to be, so that's really exciting. You should know that Joanna Nelson's standard card size is larger than a standard tarot. So let me grab a standard tarot and I'll show you with my Mons Tarot. So I have a US Games, like classic standard tarot card here. This is the Joie de Vivre. So let me pull my 2nd edition Mons Tarot card here, and you can see it is, let me pull the blue out of the background so you can really see. So you can see it's quite a bit taller and wider than a standard tarot card. I love this size. I love sinking into the artwork. I also have bigger hands, so keep that in mind. Now, Joanna did release a travel size of the Mons Tarot that I think was pretty successful. I think people really liked that. And if there's enough interest, perhaps she will consider a Cosmobeings travel size. You never know. But we're going to pull this out because, of course, we're going to have to do a little bit of, I'm not going to do like a comparison the whole way through, but I definitely want to talk about this deck in relation to Cosmobeings because I have feelings and I have ideas. But before we get into cards, I'm sorry, I don't mean to tease you, but I do want to talk about the extras that came in the deck because that's fun. So this was something that I backed on Kickstarter. I absolutely love everything Joanna Nelson does. I've talked about this before. I'm a mega fan. I think she's amazing. I love her playful art style. It just speaks to me. It looks like we have some lovely bookmarks. Hopefully you can see these okay with the black background I have on my cloth, but I couldn't resist the matchiness of it all. These are really delightful. This looks like the 6 of Wands. Now her decks do tend to have a very sort of Rider-Waite-Smith clone-ish kind of feel. She goes her own way, but it really stays true to the Rider-Waite-Smith. I love these bookmarks. These will get used, not a question about it. And then we also have, it looks like some other artworks. Oh, there's a sticker in there. Okay, that's exciting. Let's pull these out. So we have a sticker. Oh, look at me, so cute. I love all of Joanna Nelson stuff. I just need a bucket of Joanna Nelson stickers. That's what I need. I need that in my life. Put them on everything. As it is, my room is very Joanna Nelson inspired at the moment. Oh, I have another print I forgot about that's framed. It's up higher on my shelf. So I have 1, 2, 3 prints within my immediate eyesight. I'm obsessed. What can I say? But part of my problem is that I'm so obsessed with the Mons Tarot that it's been difficult for other decks to compete. I ended up, if you don't know, I ended up not keeping the Whispering Spirits, which is the other tarot that she created, because it was just a shade too close to Mons Tarot for me. So it felt like it competed, whereas this, I feel like it's going to have a different vibe. Oh, this is so pretty. I love this print. I think this is like a meditation card, maybe? This looks like the Knight of Pentacles. This looks like the Knight of Swords. This looks like the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So we have our 4 knights. How fun is that? I love the sort of cosmic, but also kind of skeleton-y vibe of these creatures. I feel like they sort of speak to that just another realm. And I like that the background is not white. It's like an ivory color. Hopefully that shows on camera. Kind of true to color, but like you can actually kind of see it if you see Joanna Nelson's business card, because this is definitely white, or even the white from the border of Mons Tarot, you can see, hopefully, the shade difference there. But I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so we have, of course, Joanna Nelson's card. Put that over there. I probably have a dozen of those now. These are fun. I love the 4 Knights. I love that. That's fun. And this one is signed. Oh, so cool. Okay. 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 I'm really excited about this. Can you tell? Doesn't say anything on the back, so we have some images on the back. Now, typically, Joanna does the artwork and the deck, and then her friend Trish creates the guidebook. Yeah, Trish Sullivan creates the guidebook. So the write-ups in here are usually written by Trish, but they do have, like you'll see, they'll have an artist statement and then the card meaning. So the artist statement is from Joanna Nelson. I'm excited to get into this, but we'll look at this after. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay. I literally cannot even. Okay, so the inside, I love this like galaxy look. Look at that. And I really like the gloss on the box. That's fun. Okay. Box out of the way. There's this teensy tiny little plastic sleeve. So I'm just going to pull a chunk of cards out of the middle. I'm going to do this delicately because I don't want to get them out of order. And, oh, it's kind of stuck. Unstick yourself. There we go. Did I mess it up? I don't think I did. Let's just check. Yeah, we're good. Okay. And I can pull that all the way off. Yay! Okay. So let's take a look. These should be pretty much the same size as Mons Tarot. Yeah, it's basically identical. There might be a hair difference. So that could be a cutting thing. Look at that. It's so great. Okay, sorry. Just having a whole dang moment with this. This is, by the way, the version of the Mons Tarot that I used when I'm reading for other people, or the travel size, because I have a first edition as well that I use only for myself. But I'm thinking of trimming this version of Mons Tarot down, taking the borders off, and just having it no titles, no borders. That's a modification, like, to-do list thing. But anyways, okay. Okay. I'm so excited. I love this, like, just slightly off-white background because it makes the whites pop like we have on this cloud here for this figure. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I need to calm down. Lisa, calm down. Okay. So this is our extra card. So our bonus card, and it's the meditation card. So for example, so Joanna always does an extra card with her decks. So in the second edition Mons Tarot, am I going to be able to find it quickly? Probably not. I'll speed this part up if I need to. Okay. Gosh, that was hard. Okay. So in the second edition Mons Tarot, it was this card, the Illuminary. In the first edition Mons Tarot, I'm just going to show you my metal version of the card because I have, it's going to have a lot of glare because this is a fully metal card. But this was the Illuminator, which was the bonus card from the first edition Mons Tarot. So you can see these have some similarities. And then the bonus card for Cosmobeings is this meditation card, which is super delightful. Okay, that was quite the segue. All right, let's get back into it. So we have meditation. Oh, I've tried so hard not to look at any spoilers. Oh, let's look at the back. Cute little firefly, firebugs. No, are they fireflies? They look a little bit like moths or butterflies with little stars on their wings. Super cute. Little lotuses on lily pads, and then this sort of cosmic circle. Love that. Okay. Okay, here's our Fool. I love this little creature looking up, like kind of maybe worried, maybe pensive. I love the little red bags. So you'll notice that there's pops of red on all the cards, and I'm really curious how that will affect the way that I read with the deck. Will my eye automatically go to the red? I don't know yet. We'll see. And I'll talk more about how I envision myself using this in a little while, but so far I'm delighted. So we have our Magician. I love that there's like these eyes kind of hidden in these, again, they look like perhaps little flowers, like little lilies. And there's more. So we do have roses and lilies in the Magician, each of them with eyes, which is super cool. And one singular red rose next to the altar that has all the tools. We have our As Above, So Below. I love that the wand he's holding kind of looks a little bit like a firecracker or a candle or something. It looks like it's made of magic, and it has little hearts on it, which kind of makes me think about like manifestation or will from the place of love. And then the candle coming out of the top of his head. He's so cute. And I love his little third eye space. Oh, I love all the little squigglies. Okay, so again, our red pop of red here is on the crescent moon. Our high priestess has her sort of star sphere here and her Torah or her scroll. We have the 2 pillars, and we do have the dark and the light illuminated here, which I love. This does already feel so cosmic and lovely. So this is super cute. Okay, first of all, here's our Empress. We have our stream of water. She's looking up at this pomegranate staff or wand that she's holding. But what's neat is that she does have this very, very full round belly, and right inside, oh my gosh, I want to zoom you in even further. There's like a little bean with this like spiral of connection. Oh my gosh, so pretty. She's got stars in her hair instead of her crown. And of course, there are exactly 12 stars, just like there's 12 signs of the zodiac, or in the Rider-Waite-Smith, we have 12 stars in the crown of the Empress. Our Emperor has his ankh, his staff, or his wand of power, I guess you could say, and his sphere. He has the ram's horn above, a ram's head situation happening. So I love this cave kind of in the background, this portal. And it looks like there's a portal here and a portal here that's got an eye in it. I love that he's got some age in his little beard there. Ooh, okay, I love the Hierophant has this kind of raveny feel. So cool. There's a little spider web up in there. Oh, look at all the little mice. Oh, I love him. Okay, these characters are charming me, and they do feel different than Mons Tarot, which is what I really needed from another Joanna deck, personally. Like, it's still got her classic style, but it's gone in a new direction, and I love that. I can't even talk. I'm so excited. Okay, so we have our lovers. I love the little unicorn horns. Oh, wait, there's been another one. Hold on. Who else had a unicorn horn? Was it the Magician? Sorry, guys, I can't focus. Oh, we also have, I just realized, this Isis crown here, the triple moon crown. Okay, so we have a candle there, so that's not quite the same thing as a unicorn horn, and our Fool. Okay, so this is our first unicorn horn, and it's, I love that. That's so cute. Oh, and she's got a snake kind of coming out of her hair. I love that. Okay, so cool. Okay, so our chariot's actual chariot is where the pop of red is, and he looks like he's literally riding his chariot, sort of guiding his chariot along like a star stream or like a wave of cosmic light. I love that. Justice, the scales are highlighted with the red. And she's also got scales, what looks like almost like a constellation of scales up in her third eye space, which I love. I love all the stars and the cosmic vibes. This is great. This is great. Okay, so this is our Hermit. He's up high, he's wizened. And again, you guys have tried to stay away from too many, like it'd be so easy to hover over Joanna's Instagram and like, you know, I do sometimes hover a bit, but like, you know what I mean? I didn't want to spoil myself entirely, so I didn't hover. And if I did see some of these, I've probably forgotten most of them by now. But I have to say, this Hermit holding a lantern that is also kind of like a skull's head, and the flame of the lantern is the thing that is red in the card. You can tell that she very intentionally decided what was going to be red, and draw the eye as like a really poignant symbol of the card, which I love. But I love that it looks like the face, and it's this idea of like going within and inner illumination and inner introspection and like looking within. That's what that makes me feel like or think like, or that's what it makes me feel like when I look at it. I can't even words, you know, can't even words. The Wheel of Fortune. I adore this. This has everything I need in a Wheel of Fortune. We have our 4 cherubic beasts here in their form. I love the sort of spiral, hypnotic spiral of the wheel, which is of course the red element in the card. This is so sweet and gentle, this Strength card. They're clearly focused on one another, which I really like. The Hanging Being. He's got little wings, and his wings have like arms, and he's holding onto one of the eyes. I love that. I love that we have like a little possum-like creature here. Oh, he's got 4 legs too. Oh, he's actually kind of like, there's spider webs. You get the feeling almost like he's spider-ish, but he has like wings. I don't know. I mean, we don't want a spider with wings. We definitely do not want that. But this is not like a spider. It doesn't look like a spider, but it has spider-ish vibes. You know what I'm saying? Death. Love that. I love that we have a very classic sort of Pamela Coleman Smith style white rose here. And we have the scythe and of course the actual cutting portion. The blade of the scythe is what is red, which makes so much sense for the death card. We have some little skull flowers down here at the bottom. And, of course, a really beautiful moth. Temperance. Of course, it's the liquid being balanced. That is the red highlight. I'm just loving this. This is super interesting because Temperance is in balance. and the devil is out of balance, but they have a similar posture. Like at first glance, it's like, oh, interesting. I'd never really noticed the correlation between the two figures before, the angel and the devil, and the way that they sort of play off of one another. But I'm definitely noticing it here. I'm noticing the flames at his feet, and he's got his two figures trapped. And the figures have like worried eyes. The tower. Love it. I love seeing some good destruction in my tower, not gonna lie. Love this. I love that this one's riding a star. This one's they've got wings, so it's how they choose to sort of recover from this. I love that the lightning bolt is the thing that is red. The star. I love it. I love it. The moon, we have our wolf and our dog, the little crab creature. Love this sort of eye-like shape to the moon. The sun. I love this, flying a kite. There's a purity and a not worrying about what other people think. To me, the sun is very much tied in with authenticity. And you'll really see that, like in my book, right? Because I talk about authenticity a lot in the section that is aligned with the sun card. If you didn't know, my book is fashioned after the major arcana, or inspired by the major arcana and its themes, or its organization, I guess you could say. Anyways, I'm off to the races. I'm kind of babbling because I'm in a really cool space looking at this. But anyway, all this to say, I really see authenticity in this image, which is something I look for specifically, and that's a personal thing, but I just really like this. I like that. Judgment. I love how they're popping out of their portals. That's fantastic. And they're kind of like evolving. You get the feeling like they're coming out of their individual galaxies and they're rejoining the spirit world. And it feels less Christianized in a really nice way to me. But it still has the same kind of vibe, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that made any sense. It made sense in my head. The world, we have our 4 astrological fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio. We still have our boundary around our central figure and the dancing with the wands. Love it. Ooh, okay, so we're into our suits. We have our Ace of Pentacles. I love that there's this doorway to walk through and this red sky. I think it'd be so easy to just sink into these cards. They definitely feel, some of them feel like, I don't want to say deeper, but they do. They feel like they've got more depth, more of an invitation to sink in. Enjoy this 2 of Pentacles. You still see very much the Rider-Waite-Smith in it. Another unicorn horn. The 3 of Pentacles. It's like he's studying the behavior of bees while the bees are like helping him. There's like this honeycomb figure through the portal here. He's looking at honeycomb here. Look at the little black and white ladybugs. They're so cute. Did I miss any of those? I don't think I did. I think that's the first time. 4 of Pentacles. Love. I love that she's smiling. She doesn't look graspy. We can still go there in a reading if that's where we want to go, but I don't feel like it's as it's implied, but it's not like implicit. Does that even make sense? I don't know. The 5 of Pentacles. He's like looking at his empty hands. These eyes, it's almost like there's like this cosmic being that's kind of like peeking in on these little creatures and being like, it's going to be okay. I like that his hat is the thing that's red. It's almost like the reminder that like, but you don't have nothing. You still have something. You need to look at what you do have and then look for where there's help, right? The 6 of Pentacles, it's the coins that are red here. And the 7, it's the rake. To me, this is the symbol of the work, right? The work that's required, the work that's gone in. We have more little ladybugs. They're so cute. Okay. The 8 of Pentacles. It's like his work is actually going into the sky or into the stars. Love that. The 9 with the bird. The 10, it's this archway that's really highlighted here. Look at the little dancing stars. I love that. I love the contented pets here. We got a little mouse, a couple little dogs, maybe more ladybugs. I love them. Page of Pentacles. Love. Knight. We've seen the knight already. I love that there's a like an egg with a little crack in it. It's as if the Page of Pentacles, or excuse me, the Knight of Pentacles is sort of caring for this very delicate egg, making sure that it gets where it needs to get safely. It can hatch safely. Feels like guarding something fragile, which is definitely something, kind of an energy I associate a bit with the Knight of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles with her little bunny companion in red. King of Pentacles with his sphere in red. You have this bull up here. Look at this. So we have a very Taurus-y, kind of makes me wonder, am I going to spot any other obvious astrological? I might not be able to spot them. That's interesting, though, with the portal there. Little nod. Wait, is the King of Pentacles? I don't know. But that just makes me think Taurus. Okay, anyway. Ace of Swords. I love how the sword is emerging from one of these portals, and we still have this eye. It's again, it feels like kind of communication with the divine in a way. Like the divine is like peeking in, making sure things are going according to plan. I don't know if that makes any sense. Our Two of Swords. I love that the blindfold is the thing that is red. It really does give you something to focus in on as a reader to have this like black and white with this one pop of color to kind of draw your eye and go, oh, that's the thing. This Three of Swords is great. I love it. Four of Swords. Look at the little snail friend. Five of Swords. It's interesting that this particular cloud, which has an eye in it, it's almost as though the universe is angry. Like that whoever is like peeking in on this Five of Swords who's misbehaved perhaps is like, I saw you. That was not a good thing you did there. Six of Swords. Again, we have the hat is the red. Here I almost wish it was the lantern that was lit. Or the pole of the ferryman that's guiding them to smoother waters. It's interesting the choice of the hat here being red. Oh, here the Seven of Swords has one red boot or sock here. Jumping out of this portal and into that portal with their snirked swords. Again, we have that cosmic eye up in the corner. Here it's the rope or the ribbon that's tying them that is highlighted red. One of the things I really enjoy about this creature style of artwork, just as in the Mons Tarot, is I like that there's less of a gender associated with the different characters. You could see it if you were really looking for it, if you wanted to look for a stereotypical, sign of a gender. In some of the cards, you might be able to see that. But for the most part, you don't. You get this kind of otherworldly creature, so I feel like it'd be easier for anybody to see themselves in these little creatures, in this little world. I love how the Nine of Swords thing that's illuminated here is the red blanket. Oh, the Ten of Swords, and it's like the single drop of blood. But what's really interesting to me about this card is it's as if, okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to articulate what I'm getting from this, but there's the wound and there's the blood, and it's as if he's releasing, this creature is releasing the ouch, the pain, the hurt, and it's kind of rising up towards the sky to be transformed into kind of pure light. If we flip this card over, we get a scene, right? We have the star field here. We have the mountains. We have the rising sun. If you flip it this way, do you see what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm able to articulate what it is I'm getting from this, but it feels as though the negative experience or the difficulty or the ending is being kind of transformed or transmuted into pure potential again, or a new beginning, which really makes sense to the heavier implication spiritually, I think, of the Ten of Swords and the idea that you've come to this finality, this final experience, but every ending is a new beginning. That's the trope, right? But it is true. Our Page of Swords, I love that little feather here is what's highlighted. The Knight of Swords is riding a unicorn. I love that the unicorn horn is what's highlighted. Yay! He's got a little one on his head too. Love that. The butterfly is what's red as our Queen of Swords looks up at it. Very welcoming, pleasant Queen of Swords. And she's got like a butterfly like design worked into her head, her hair. And the King of Swords. His crown is what's red. And we're into the wands. So interesting here, the castle is what's red. Interesting. Okay, now, nope, we'll check the guidebook later. I'm going to flip this card so I remember that I want to check the guidebook specifically for this card. The Two of Wands with the globe here being red makes a lot of sense to me. The Three of Wands with the paper boats. So the paper boats were a big thing with Mons Tarot. Yeah, like here's the Five of Swords little paper boat off in the distance. Love the paper boat being highlighted for the Three of Wands. Specifically, I can't talk. Specifically because of the ship coming in kind of thing. The Four of Wands. Love that their little bouquet they're sharing is red. And this is the same sort of design, this spirally design that we see on the back. Sort of a matrix of something. The Five of Wands. We have one. Oh, this is interesting. So they all have different types of wings. And this one's wings are highlighted red. Ladybug. Oh my gosh, the Six of Wands is riding a pig with a star on its butt. That is great. That is great. The laurel wreath here is what's highlighted in red. Seven of Wands, it's the singular wand. There's that cosmic eye. Just like it's, some of the cards it's more apparent than others. Like here we don't really see it. Or here. So it's not in every single card, but it shows up an awful lot. Here it's almost like a full face. Anyway, okay. Here we have these like star creatures that are winging along with the wands. Love that. The bandage here is, and more ladybugs, the bandage is what's red. And our 10 of Wands. It's this strap holding the sticks onto their back. That is red, our little ladybug friend. Page of Wands. Love the singular red leaf with the star. I love that. The Knight of Wands, the flame coming out of their helm there, being highlighted. He's riding a lizard, like a cosmic lizard. I love that. The Sunflower and the Queen of Wands. Another ladybug. King of Wands. This is super cool. This is a salamander, but it's worked its way into like a lemniscate shape. Also here, we have Leo. Okay, so it must be the kings. Okay, now I'm like, okay, who have we had so far? We've had the Pentacles. So let's take a look at the king. So there we had Taurus. We had the swords. Where's our King of Swords? Come on now. Okay, King of Swords. If it's Taurus and Leo, then it should be Aquarius, right? If it's the fixed sign, do we see Aquarius? Dang it, that's bugging me. Okay, I don't know. Okay, we're gonna have to keep rolling. But I see Leo in the King of Wands. And we're into the cups. This is my favorite studio. So we have the lotus being the thing that is highlighted red. The Two of Cups, and it's this like energy coming out of their entwined. They've created a caduceus with their entwined tentacle head things. I don't know what you call those, but they've created where it's wound together. It's created a caduceus, and then above that, there's this like spark of something new they've created together. And I really like that because the thing that's highlighted isn't the fact that they've each surrendered a piece of themselves, but rather that they've built something new. And I really like that vibe. In the Three of Cups, it's the grapes. Makes sense. I think I went too quick. Little pumpkins. Okay. Four of Cups. The fourth cup is coming up out of a portal, so the portal itself is what's red. I love that. This makes sense for the Five of Cups to have the spill be what is red. The Six of Cups. Here's our eye again. Love that. And it's this hat. It's like propeller hat that is red. It's the cloud in the Seven of Cups. The Eight of Cups, it's this stairway up this mountain towards this new place that's highlighted. The Nine of Cups. Oh, he loves it. It doesn't look like wine so much. It's almost like teacups, which I approve of. I love the peacock here. I love that. The Ten of Cups. I like that it's the home that's red. Our Page of Cups. Our Page of Cups needs a ladybug. There's no ladybug here. Dang it. But there are flowers all over the tummy. I love this, like, fish. That's amazing. Our Knight of Cups is literally riding a fish. I approve. That's awesome. Queen of Cups. It's her covered cup. I love that she has a little octopus friend. I think it's hilarious that the octopus friend is on the sand. That's awesome. And our King of Cups. So he's got the little fish necklace. That's red. So cups would be Scorpio if it was going by the fixed signs, but I don't see in the clouds the Scorpio. If you spot it, let me know. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Okay. So let's do a little zoom out. Okay, couple of things off the bat. I'm like super stoked about this deck. Keep in mind, I have big hands and strong hands. So for me, this shuffle will be a little bit tricky, but not the end of the world. I could definitely see it being hard for quite a few people. I don't see myself edging this deck much like I didn't edge the Mons Tarot, although I may edge it if I trim it. We'll see. The Mons Tarot has a lot of color on the fronts, and the second edition does have blue backs, but my first edition had pure white backs. So I just got used to it without any kind of edging treatment because I didn't want any white to wrap around. And the thing with this one is that it does have all this creamy, kind of off-white color in the background, which actually, if you spread them out, you can see it's not uniform. Some of them are a little brighter, like these ones, like this one here. Here's an example. So this color is brighter than that color. So there is a little bit of variance in the background color. It wasn't anything that was particularly like noticeable or anything like that when I was going through them card by card. You could potentially drop shuffle them that way. You could hand shuffle them. If it's hard to hand shuffle them this way, as you can see, I've got big hands and I can only get my hands around some of them. You could do it that way. I really like the riffle. I do think you could probably get away with trimming. Let me see what the backs look like. Hold on. I feel like if you wanted to trim this deck, you definitely could. Maybe trim the titles off the bottoms. You might lose some ladybugs, which would be a problem. And then your backs would not be even. I do hope that Joanna comes out with a travel edition. I imagine that she might if this deck does well enough. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. So this is one where if it's really hard to get your hands around, what you may need to do is split it in half. And then you've got two smaller piles to shuffle, which of course will be easier for small. Oh, I was going to pull that card out to take a look. So we're going to keep that out. So same thing here, you can shuffle. And the other thing you can do with chunkier decks is you can just fan them and draw your cards that way. So you can fan and pull your cards, right? Which is another viable method. I will get over it. I kind of like that they're big. I enjoy these more, how do I say it right? Playful decks, feeling a little bit oversized. There's something about that that kind of helps me get into that space where I feel like I'm connecting to that sweeter inner child space, for lack of a better way to say it. So now that I've got a card pulled that I do want to look up for sure, let's take a look at the guidebook real quick. So quick comparison to second edition Mons Tarot. So it does seem it's about the same size. So the second edition Mons Tarot guidebook is, oh, there's no numbered pages. They feel like they're about the same size. So let's take a look at this one. So it is black and white interior. Let's zoom in a bit, pull our card over. Let's move the stack over and just the card because I need room. So we have majors. Your invitation to a universe of portals and Cosmobeings. I love this. Oh, interesting. Listen to this. There is more to the universe than light and color. Darkness and shadows are equally important, but often ignored. This is exciting because I have some ideas for this deck, but anyways, going on. We tend to protect ourselves from what we see as negative or unflattering aspects of our own personality, hiding them away in fear. Rejecting parts of ourselves when embracing and understanding these could give us more power and creativity. Allow us to live an authentic, more complete life. Cosmobeings celebrate shadows, appreciating that even within our darkness there is still light and passion. Over time, a variety of Cosmobeings have dipped their toe into this world, asking us to see and accept them for who they are. Now they would like to welcome you to their universe. So a little introduction. There's some information here about astrology and tarot. So there is some astrological associations here for the major arcana. Love that. Then there's some spreads. I'm excited to get into this Cosmo spread. And then we get into our cards. So let me go to the Ace of Wands. This one is. Okay. So Ace of Wands. So the artist statement, and you can really see the off-white color next to the white of the guidebook, eh? Okay. So a wand rises from the portal flowing with star-filled creative energy. Portals and stats, I think that's supposed to be stars. Portals and stars surround the wand as leaves begin to sprout. A castle can be seen in the distance, promising great opportunities to come. So that's what our red castle is all about. So card meaning, a whole new world is opening up to you, demanding your attention. So much passion, flashes of imagination, energy and passion burning inside you, pushing you to act. New projects, new possibilities, all of creation exists within you, eager to burst through. Listen to the inspiration within you, get creative, inventive, and find a direction for it all before it burns out. You have to harness this magic before it flies. With this intensity and drive within you, you can't fail. So there's some keywords: inspiration, creativity, and passion. So that gives you a feel for kind of how the guidebook is written. To be completely fair, Joanna's decks have definitely been decks I've tended to not use the guidebook very much with, just because I find them really intuitive and easy to read decks right out of the box. But there could be some fun stuff in there. Now, the reason I got excited when I saw the comment about Shadow is I thought that this deck could pair with Monstero really beautifully, with the goal of it being sort of light and shadow readings. So I like the idea that we get like what's on the surface, and then we also get to dip a little bit below. Now, both of them have very sort of optimistically illustrated cards, which is completely fine, but I just really liked the idea of being able to pull cards for light, pull cards for shadow, and get that feeling of light and shadow. So let's just take a look at kind of what those would look like together. Zoom in a bit. The Chariot faces off with the Nine of Wands, the Three of Cups and the High Priestess, Five of Swords, Six of Cups. This immediately makes me think, like, if I were to pull these two cards in tandem, I'd be like, okay, he may look like the bully, but like, what's in his background? What kind of could have brought him to that place? Oh, interesting. The Luminary and the Ten of Wands. You got this. The Knight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. I don't know that I would class Cosmobeings as a shadow deck. Like, it's sweet that that's the sort of possibility you could do with it. But I think what I would be tending to do is this deck would remind me to go into the shadow because of its coloration, if that makes any sense. I'm also now super curious. Look at this. I feel like visually these decks are really fun together. And I don't typically pair tarot with tarot, but I could see myself doing it in this instance. I think what also would be cool, rather than maybe light and shadow, and another way to maybe think about it, and I'll show you what I'm thinking here. Let me just pull a different chunk of cards so they don't get the same combos. Okay, so something I was kind of thinking of doing was conscious subconscious, or conscious superconscious, or conscious higher self. So let's do it this way. So this is what's consciously happening, right? So we have like a 3-card spread. And then we have, so this is what's happening like in the material plane. This is what's happening, you know, in the here and now. But then what's happening above? What's the sort of spiritual overtone of what is happening? What is the cosmic energy surrounding the situation, right? So we have, over the Five of Cups, we have the King of Wands, and we suddenly have more to go off of, right? Over the Ace of Swords, we have the Three of Pentacles. Over the Magician, we have the Four of Pentacles. So you could start to look at like, this is what's happening, and then this is the sort of cosmic energy or bigger picture stuff. You could also do this in the reverse, and I think it would work really well, where you go, this is what's happening, this is what I'm conscious of, this is what's kind of going on, and then here are these subconscious influences, which I think could also work really, really well. But I just like the idea that I could possibly pair these decks together in creative ways. That's exciting to me for sure. And that is, I just can't wait to play. I just really want to play, but it's really late right now when I'm filming this, and it's not realistic for me to play right this very minute. So I'm going to have to put all my toys away now. But I'm very excited about the Cosmobeings. Again, my biggest issue with the other Joanna Nelson tarot deck I had, which was the Whispering Spirits, was no matter how delightful it was, it just felt a little too similar to Monstero, so I didn't feel like it was really something that I was finding myself inclined to reach for. But the Whispering Spirits, that is, over my Monstero. But with Cosmobeings, it feels a little different. I could also see myself using this deck specifically for spirit communication, especially cosmic communication. It might also be really interesting to play with this for mediumship work. I don't know if it's one that I would reach for that, but its cosmic vibe just feels like it could really work for that. I would say, of all the decks I've had that have had a cosmic feel, this one obviously feels the most like me, but I think, again, that's because this artwork is very much my aesthetic. I love it. So, yeah, I'm excited. Let's just take a look and make sure my bag is going to fit. It should be fine because the other one fit, and they're the same size. This is Peggy's standard bag. Look at that. I loves it. Oh, and it gets even better as it gets kind of broken in, and they get softer. Like, you can really tell. This one's like worn in, but they're the same size. They're the same size bags. Anyway, very excited about this. Super excited about the bag match. As you can see, I used it for my reading cloth here too. But that, my friends, is the Cosmobeings. I'm super, super stoked about it, in case you couldn't tell. I have been hyped, waiting for this one to come out. This deck doesn't fan like I want it to. It is kind of like a semi-gloss. Clumps just ever so slightly. Let's shrink in our little fan here. Oh, I've got to get the deck out of the bag. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, that was the Cosmobeings Tarot. I am super excited about this. So glad to have it in my collection. I'm pretty sure it's not going anywhere anytime soon. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. Do you have Mons Tarot? Are you going to be using it with Cosmobeings together? Are you playing with it the way that I'm thinking of playing with it? Doing something different? Please tell me down below. I am very curious. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know the drill. As always, if you found value in this content or you enjoyed yourself, then please click the like button. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more videos about tarot and oracle and divination and all the things. And don't forget to click the little notification bell so you're notified of all my future videos. Thank you guys so much, and may your magic always shine from the inside out. Bye, guys.